Well, good day YouTubers, and what's been happening? You know, it's a gorgeous day, the sky is blue and there's not a cloud to spoil the view. So what shall I do? I could take my motorcycle to Kirby Lonsdale, where all the hundreds of motorbikes go on a Sunday, and have a delicious double cheeseburger and a strong, honest mug of tea. Or I could go kayaking on Coniston Lake. Or I could go mountain biking. Or take the dog for a walk. Maybe I could go for a decent spot of lunch somewhere. Nothing fancy, just Sunday roast. No, you know what? I'm gonna do some car repair. And the first job today is to weld a plate onto or over that gap that's behind there, a short little bit. So I've cut this piece out and I shall weld it in a couple of places and then give it a good old bash with a hammer around there and weld that up, and then because there's a gap there, so I bash round and there you go, nice quick repair. So that's the first thing, start welding. And that's the plate welded on. Got to go around lightly cleaning up this splatter and just sort of smooth any little lumps and bumps off, like along here. And on the right hand side, and on the left hand side. So all the welds and splatter are now cleaned up, and everything's out. I've given everything a good wire brushing, so it's now all ready for painting. A glorious moment indeed. And the new chassis section is now painted. Painteroo. Nice. I think you get the idea there. So while I'm waiting for the Hammerite Smooth to dry, so that I can put a thick coat of underseal on it, I shall go along the rest of the chassis and a few little areas that have peeled off and give them a paint as well. And that's the various bits of the chassis painted as well. There's a couple of spots sort of like in the centre area of the chassis. The front's very good, nice and sound. So the next job, this paint here is now dry enough, is to stick on a nice thick coat of underseal. And for that I'll be using Tetraseal wax oil rust proofing. It's depending on the temperature, it can be anything from almost solid to nice and runny, so it's just about the right consistency. This has rust inhibiting properties in it, so together with the Hammerite Smooth and this should be covered nicely. So I'll just pour it into an old pot noodle container and brush it on. So here's a significant moment. All the repair work is done. be very hard to make out, but it's all painted and undersealed. As you can see on here, it's taking on a dull, flat kind of appearance, which is the underseal. And it's all there. Perhaps the evening light is not the best thing to see it by. But it's all there. Nice. Well, I'm quite delighted with all of that, and so's Lancer by the sound of it. And I've been along and blacked and painted various other areas of the chassis. There's a bit there I could probably do with doing. Yeah, could definitely do with a bit of paint on there. So that'll be done before the car's completed. But now it comes to a crowning moment. Yeah, it's quite a milestone. Yeah, tomorrow I can begin putting it all back together. Didn't think I'd be saying that for a while, but yeah, very pleased with that. Nice. So, yep, tomorrow begin putting it all back together, so I'll see you then. Whoa, hold on a second, come back. I just thought I'd refit the upper tank strap. This is the one that stops the tank from bouncing up and hitting the boot of the car. And I went to refit it, and it broke. So I went and had a look online. This thin little strap. I couldn't believe the price. The cheapest I could find was 88 quid plus delivery. So, and none used on eBay, probably because they rust so readily, I should think, because it's only thin metal. So tomorrow, it's just a little bit of extra fabrication. I shall be measuring, cut the rot out, and with a bit of 1.2mm sheet, put in a piece and fold the sides up and just weld it and paint it up, and then that'll be ready to go back on the car. Yeah, that should be fun. Quite an enjoyable little job, I reckon. So, see you tomorrow.